Okay, so continuing on with lesson 6.5, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 left to go. And if you notice that I changed clothes, that's because yesterday when I was recording these at my mother's, she ran in the house after I finished the first video and told me to come kill a snake. So just something fun because life is crazy as we all know it right now. All right, I'm gonna check and make sure my document camera looks right on this. Make adjustments if we need to. All right, so number 7, I'm going to write it down first. Over x plus 4 equals 1 over x minus 4. First thing we do is we find that common denominator. And on this one, it's going to be x plus 4 times x minus 4. Then, since this is just, there's not like an add or subtract on either side, we can cross multiply with these. So I'm going to have 2 times x minus 4 equals 1 times x plus 4. And you can always do this if there's nothing like being added or subtracted on these sides over here or multiplied, because my common denominator is this x plus 4 and x minus 4. So when I go to multiply it, the x plus 4s would cancel, the x minus 4s would cancel. So I just multiply these two and those two to get this. So we have 2x subtract 8 equals x plus 4. Then we're going to solve for x. Make sure I'm not getting carried away and y'all can see what I'm doing. 2x subtract x is x. And then 4 plus 8 is 12. Then we'll double check. 12 plus 4, 12 subtract 4, that's not going to be 0, so that's our answer. I hope this doesn't bother anyone when they go to print out these papers. I have another set where they're all red because I only had a red pen yesterday, but you know. Okay. I actually don't think I have enough room to do number 8 right here, so I'm just going to mark it out and grab a new paper. Here's some paper. Because number 8 looks like a doozy. And let me write this down here because x was, oh, okay, so 8. We have x squared subtract 2 over 2x squared subtract 5x plus 3. It's negative 1 over x subtract 1 equals negative 3 over 2x minus 3. Knowing what I know about this, and hopefully y'all caught on to it, I'm going to assume that when I factor this, it's going to be those two. So I'm just going to go straight and check this. This would be 2x squared, and then subtract 3x, subtract 2x, which would be negative 5x, and then negative times negative would be plus 3. So my common denominator is x subtract 1 times 2x subtract 3. So when this is this factored. So when I multiply this by this, it just get rid of the denominator. So I'm going to have x squared subtract 2 there. And then plus, and we have negative 1 times, since this is over x minus 1, we need the 2x minus 3 equals negative 3. It's over 2x minus 3, so we need x subtract 1. All right, now then we're going to go ahead and distribute. So x squared subtract 2, and that's a negative, but I'll go ahead and leave negative 2x, and then negative times negative would be plus 3 equals negative 3x plus 3. All right, combine our like terms. So you have this and this. X squared subtract 2x plus 1 equals negative 3x plus 3. They're going to move everything to one side and make it equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract this 3 and add 3x. So we have x squared plus x subtract 2 equals 0. Then we factor this, and factors of 2 that subtract to get 1 would be 2 and 1, and we want positive in the center, so positive 2, negative 1. So our answers are x equals negative 2 and x equals 1. Now we have to check these. So if I put 2 or negative 2 into this, negative 2 squared would be 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 5 times negative 2 would be positive 10. 8 plus 10 is 18 plus 3. That's good. 2 times negative 2 would be negative 4. Negative 4 subtract 3 would be negative 7. Negative 2 subtract 1 would be negative 3. This one, though, just looking right here, it can't be an answer because 1 subtract 1 would make this denominator undefined. So this one, not an answer. So it's just that one. X equals negative 2, so negative 2. Okay. Moving right along. I'll do 9 on the back of this one. Okay. It's a little blurry. Let me see if I can. There it is. Okay. So we have 9, and it's 3 over x subtract 9, subtract 4x over x squared, subtract 81 equals 2 over x plus 9. This is the difference of two squares. It's that x subtract 9 times x plus 9. So our common denominator is x subtract 9 times x plus 9. So this one, since it's over x subtract 9, we're going to multiply it by x plus 9. And then our 4x is already over both of them, so we don't have to worry about that one. Equals 2. This is over x plus 9, so we're going to multiply it by x subtract 9. Distribute. 4x equals 2x subtract 18. Combine like terms. So right here we'd have negative x plus 27 equals 2x subtract 18. I'm going to move this negative x over so I don't have a negative x value. So I have 3x subtract 18 equals 27. And then I'm going to add my 18 to get 45 equals 3x divided by 3. 15 equals x. 15 subtract 9 isn't going to be 0. 15 squared subtract 81, that'd be 225. Subtract 81, it's not 0. And 15 plus 9 is not 0. So our answer to this one is 15. Okay. Number 10. We have 9 over x subtract 1 equals 18 over x squared subtract 1. So on this one, our common denominator, because right here this is still the difference of two squares because the square root of 1 is 1. So this one already has x subtract 1. You could cross multiply this one, but you're going to be dealing with squares and you don't have to, so I'd say not to do it. Don't make it harder on yourself. So this would be 9 times x plus 1. 18 is already over the common denominator, so it's just equals 18. So we'd have 9x plus 9 equals 18. Subtract our 9. 9x equals 9. Divide by 9. X equals 1. Check that. 1 subtract 1 is 0. That'd be a 0 on the bottom of the denominator, which would make it undefined. 1 squared subtract 1 is also going to be 0, so this is an empty set. last problem. Can I fit it on the bottom of this one? We'll try it. So 1 over x subtract 3 over squared subtract 3x equals 4. Factor this one real quick. It's going to be x subtract 3. So our common denominator is x times x subtract 3. So this one we'd have x, or I'll write it 1 times x subtract 3, and it's already over the common denominator, equals 4. And I'm going to leave it like this on this one, x squared subtract 3x. Okay. So x subtract 3 equals 4x squared subtract 12x. We're going to combine our like terms, and I'm going to move these over there. So subtract x, add 3. And I'm going to do, I should have done this on the back. I apologize. So we have 4x squared subtract 13x plus 3 equals 0. Factors of 4 and 3 that multiply then add to get 13 would be 12 and 1. So we're going to have 4x and x. 4 has to multiply by the 3, so 1 goes here, and then they're both negatives because we have negative and a positive, equals 0. So 4x subtract 1 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. So this one would be x equals positive 3 because we'd add our 3, add our 1 here. 4x equals 1, divide by 4, x equals 1/4. Okay, that's handy on this part. 3 cannot be an answer because 3 subtract 3 is 0. So (1/4) subtract 3 is not going to be 0. 1/4 squared is going to be 1/16. Subtract 3/4. So this is our answer. Yay! That is the end of y'all's material. So that's super exciting, at least to me it is, that we've come this far after having to start doing our classes this way. So I hope that makes sense. I'll have a review for you up next week, and we'll get this final knocked out, and y'all will be on your way.